If somehow Sauce Gardner gets to number 6, no doubt in my mind, the Eagles are going up to get him. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. So we are like 2 weeks away from the draft. 2 weeks away from celebrating, from dancing, from busting out the weight rerun. You know what I mean? You ain't seen the weight rerun for a while, but he's going to make a return draft night as long as the Eagles can draft well. We're going to get into it in a second, but before we do that, I have to say, if you're new to the channel, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe for daily Eagles content, NFL content. You don't want to miss it. We are on our way to 40,000. I hope to get there by like right after the draft. So if you haven't, like, subscribe, and if you've been subscribed for a while, just double check, double moonwalk check that you're still subscribed. YouTube is unsubscribing people unknowingly to themselves, not just on my channel but others. So just double check, make sure you're still ready to go, good to go, because you don't want to miss anything that is coming our way, especially the next 2 weeks, okay? Now, as I was saying, this is an important draft, okay? And I hope that we're celebrating on Thursday night. Do you know that over the course of Howie Roseman being the GM, the Eagles have like one of the worst hit rates on early picks, especially first-round picks. We have not historically, under Howie Roseman's control, under Howie vision, we're all just living in it, we have not done well with first-round picks. This is just a fact. This is not an opinion. This is a fact. And the Eagles, they're gonna have to hit on a pick. Okay. Now, the way I see it is, with Howie Roseman picking, the more picks that go by, the less of a chance you have in hitting. So anytime you have an opportunity to move up and have Howie pick with lesser players, less amount of players gone, you do it. Okay? And I think that the Eagles losing Steven Nelson yesterday, okay, to Houston Texans, and then having Sauce Gardner come in to Philly for a visit, I think the Eagles are looking at Sauce Gardner going, if he falls to number 6, we're trading up. We're going to trade up if he falls to number 6. Now, maybe it's not 6, maybe it's 7 or 8, but they've got a number. They've got a spot where that if he gets to, they're going up for him. There is no reason whatsoever to go out and bring Sauce Gardner in. You know he ain't making it to 15. I know he ain't making it 15. Mark Holmes knows he ain't making it 15. Everybody knows he ain't making it to 15. So you only do it because that you look at him as a trade-up candidate. And look, the Eagles, they need help offensively. They still need help defensively. But I look at Sauce Gardner and I think this dude legitimately could be the best corner in the draft. Not the best corner. He is the best corner in the draft. What am I talking about? He's the best player in the draft. Okay? Not only is he the best corner is what I'm trying to say, he's the best player in the draft. I think he could be the best player in this draft. And if you have an opportunity to go get him, you got to do it. Think about this, okay? He's the best player in the draft, and he's the position that you have a gaping hole. You could instantly, if you were to get Sauce Gardner, you could instantly plug him in, start right away, opposite of Darius Slay, who could actually help mentor him with his rookie year and his transition into the NFL. But to me, that's a no-brainer. You gotta take a chance on it. Now, where are you gonna have to go to get Sauce Gardner? That's the question, right? Because we know teams like Houston are looking to trade back. We know Carolina is looking to trade back. Like I said before, because you don't have a lot of quarterbacks at the top of this draft, teams will look to trade back and get multiple picks. Okay? So there are teams actually looking to do it. Now, I think to move up to 3 is probably going to cost you too much. You're going to have to give up 2 number 1s plus some, okay, to get up there. And number 3 probably will, there's a good chance that Sauce Gardner will be there at 3. There are mock drafts having him going to the Detroit Lions at 2, so you never know. But if you were to trade up to 3, you would definitely get him. But I think it would cost too much. So I think the Eagles probably look at where to go and trade up for a Sauce Gardner. Because I swear, I think this team is looking to trade up in the top 10, especially for Sauce Gardner. There's no reason why you bring him in unless you're looking at him saying, this is a guy that we'll trade up for if he gets to a certain spot. Where's that spot going to be? I think number 6. I think number 6 would be a logical spot because, one, you probably can get up to 6 with your 15th and 18th pick. 2 first-round picks will get you to 6. So you could get up there and only give up those 2 first-round picks and get yourself a day 1 foundational defensive starter for years to come. Okay, so to me, I would love that because, one, you're getting an instant starter, you're getting the best player in the draft, and Howie Roseman doesn't have an opportunity to screw it up. I know that sounds bad, but he wouldn't because you'd taken the best player in the draft. So I think if you can get to 6, I really think 15 and 18 probably get you up to number 6. Okay, Carolina would love to go back and then take players. Maybe they take a quarterback or something, but I think they would do that. So if Sauce Gardner can get to 6, I think you have to trade up for him. Now, if you can't get him, you have Derek Stingley there. It's looking like he's going to go in the top 10. Now, with a guy like that, let's say he's a guy that's going to go number 10, right? Somewhere like 10. I still would trade up for Stingley. I would have no problem with that. But I don't think you have to give up your second first-round pick. So to get Gardner, you got to give up, I think, both first-round picks at 6. But let's say you want to trade to 10. You probably can get up there with your 15th and a 3rd, or 15th and a 3rd this year, a 3rd next year, something like that. And keep your first-round pick. Now that may be the best case scenario. I like Stingley. A lot of people don't like him. I like him. Obviously, I think Gardner is the better corner, but I do like Stingley. And if you don't get one of those 2 guys, then the next guy is Trent McDuffie. Now, I'm not a big fan of him. Maybe it's a Sidney Jones thing because he played in Washington, but he's 5'11", 195 pounds. To me, it's just a little too small. He's a little too small. And Andrew Booth and those guys, Kyra Elam, I probably said his name wrong. But, I mean, some of those guys I like, but I don't know that I would take them 15, 18. Maybe trade back into the first round, get another pick, and then take one of those guys. I think the play is to go up and try to trade up for 6 and get Sauce Gardner. Yes, you're giving up 2 first-round picks, but you still have 2 first-round picks next year. And you're not paying 2 separate first-round picks first-round money. You're only paying 1 guy. So this could help the Eagles too. To me, that's the play. At 6, if Sauce Gardner is at 6, I'm going up and I'm getting him. And then in the second round, I get a wide receiver, and then I go from there. I don't think you would have to give up more than the 15th and 18th pick. Maybe if you got to throw a mid-round pick somewhere, you do it, but I would do that. I think that would be the play. That's an instant day 1 starter who is a foundational piece on defense. Now, of course, you still have to address your offense, which the Eagles haven't done. By trading up for a guy like Sauce Gardner, you're probably really not going to address your offense at that point. Maybe a second-round wide receiver or something to that effect. But really, like, bringing in impact guys, you can forget that. But I think Sauce Gardner is the best player in this draft. And if you have an opportunity to go out and get him, you have to go out and get him. You have to. And I think that's the play. There's no reason why the Eagles brought Sauce Gardner in to visit if they don't consider him a trade-up candidate. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're thinking if he gets to 8 or if he gets to 9, then we'll move up for him where we try to make a move. I think it's 6. I think 3 is going to be a little too high, but I think 6 is right around where you can give up 2 first-round picks, go up and get them, and be done with it. And so I would watch out for that, And look, it would not surprise me if the Eagles trade up into the top 10, even if Sauce Gardner's not there, and get somebody else, maybe Jordan Davis, maybe Stingley, somebody like that. But they wouldn't go as high where it would cost you 2 first-round picks. So you trade the 15th and maybe a 3rd-round pick. You get up in the top 10. You keep the 18th pick still. They could do something like that. I expect the Eagles to be very aggressive in this draft. I expect them to be very active. I expected them to be that in free agency, but they weren't, which tells me that they're going to have to make up for it during the draft. And I think Stingley, I'm sorry, I think Sauce Gardner, I think they're looking at him going, if he gets to 6, we're going up and getting him. That's just a theory of mine. I could be wrong. Who the hell knows? So in closing up here, I just want to talk about some other Eagles news happening today. Chris Olave, the wide receiver from Ohio State, was in for a visit. We know the Eagles have been looking at some of these wide receivers. Jamison Williams was in a couple days ago. Also, Jaquan Brisker, the safety, out of Penn State. Now, my thoughts on Brisker is he's somebody I like. He's somebody I definitely like. And if he's there in the second round, I might trade up for him. But I'm not going to take him in the first round. Some people have him as a mid to late first round pick. I probably would steer away from him in the first round. But in the second, definitely. And then as far as Olave goes, I mean, he's very talented, very explosive wide receiver. No question about it. There are some guys that I like more than him, though. I'm big on Garrett Wilson. I'm big on Jamison Williams. Those are kind of guys that I would have above him. I mean, for the most part, when I look at the receiver position, I still think you could get good wide receivers in the second round. However, because the Eagles have done nothing on offense this all season, it makes you really think that they're going to take a wide receiver in the first round if they keep both their first round picks, which we'll see. Because I'm still thinking Sauce Gardner at 6. There you go. You make your move. Go up and get him. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. And it's how we vision. We're all just living in it. Alright, so I've had a lot of people tell me that I'm full of crap. They say, you're full of crap when it comes to the Eagles logo, right? They look at this logo and they said, there's no E in that logo. What are you talking about? So I wanted to show them this. Something I came across that proves the Eagles have a two-faced logo, which is dumb. But check this out. Philadelphia Eagles logo hides secret optical illusion as only NFL badge facing left. Can you spot the hidden letter? And of course, if you look, there's a giant mother humping E in that logo. Yes, the Eagles have a two-faced logo. I hate it. Let's bring back that one. Denzel Washington, out.